Hello friends, welcome to Shiva Academy. This video series is mainly to address the questions and the comments that I am receiving through mail or in the comment section. As a continuation of that, in this video we'll see three different questions. Let's start with the first question. So basically the interviewer sometimes will ask, generally for beginners, to print a sequence using the SQL. It's not using any sequence object. Instead, write a simple SQL to print sequence. Sometimes like simple sequence like 10 10 10 something, or like a continuous sequence, something like 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5, something like that. So let's see how to write a very simple sequence using SQL. So let's start from dual table. Okay, so basically I'm taking the row name, so obviously it will print 1. So let's use like connect by level less than or equal to 10. So let's restrict for 10 sequence. A simple sequence is like 1 to 10 like this. But how can we convert this into a sequence something like 10 10? So let us use the mod function. So basically this will return the reminder. So mod of 2. So basically this will return a reminder something like 1010. Very simple and easiest to implement sequence using SQL. Fine. So let's see how to print something like 1 2 3. Let's use the same thing. So instead of 2, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to say modulo of 3. So what will happen is like, so let me just print row name also so that it is easy to understand how this mod function will work. Basically the mod function will return the reminder, right? So like 1 divided by 1, 1 divided by 3, the remainder is 1, like 2 divided by 3, remainder is 2, 3 divided by 3, the remainder is 0. So wherever there is a 0, then we need to print the 3 as it is. So to print 3, either we can use a case statement or we can use a decode. So let me use decode. So decode of, if it is 0, then let's print 3. Otherwise just print the value as it is, right? So exactly. So this will print a sequence of like 1 2 3 1 2 3. Suppose if I want to convert this into a sequence of 5 or 4, whatever, just replace this 3 with 4 or 5, whatever is needed. So this will just return the sequence of like 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4, and it will just continue. And this will control the number of sequences we want. So if you want to make it as a comma separated sequence, you can use the list aggregate function. Fine. So this is just an example for a simple sequence, but sometimes, very rarely, the interviewer might ask to print something like a Fibonacci series or something like a list of prime numbers, right? So that is not easy to implement, very similar to this. In that case, we need to use like a recursive query, something like using a with clause or something. So probably that I will cover in a separate video. So this is the first query. Let's go ahead with the second question. How to find the number of occurrences of a capital A or a small a in a given string, right? So let's see how to write this. So I'm just selecting the string from a dual table. So let me make it as a with clause with, let's say, ds as. So let's say select s from ds. So this will just print the string. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to replace all the characters of A from the string. So first let me put capital A. So it will basically replace all the capital A, but our expectation is to find both capital A as well as small a. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to convert the string into uppercase, then I'm removing all the A. So by that way, it becomes a case sensitive replacement, like you are replacing both the lowercase a and the uppercase a. So now we have a string exactly whatever we got, and we have a string without the character a. So basically we need to find the length of both the string and then we need to subtract it. So let me find the length of this string, also the length of s. So now we just got the length of the actual string as 18 and the length of the string after replacing a as like 12. We just need to subtract both the strings. So now we got the expected output like 6. So this is the simple and easiest way, and there is one more way using the regular expression function. So the another easiest way is using the regex replace. So let's say regex expression and replace of the string. Sorry, not the regex replace, regex count. First you try to count the character A, right? So this will give the number of capital A. Similarly, we can count the number of small a also. So with the advantage of regex is that we can combine like multiple characters. So I want to count capital A or small a. So the pipe symbol will behave like an or keyword. So here we are counting the capital A, otherwise as lowercase a. Otherwise we can do one more thing also. You just convert the string into an uppercase and then count the capital A. So both are same. Very similar to the previous example. So here we are converting into an uppercase and then we are counting the capital A in the given string. So both you can say. This is the second question. Let's move ahead with the third question. Is it possible to create a primary key and a foreign key references to the same table? The answer is yes. Let's see how to create it. So now I am going to create an employee table. So here I am going to make the manager column as a foreign key column which refers to the employee number of the same table. Okay, because a manager is going to be another employee only. So let us try to create this. I'm going to make the employee number as a primary key column. And then I'm going to make the MGR column, foreign key on the MGR column which refers to the employee number column. So let's say constraint, let's give a constraint name, let's say foreign key. Let's give the foreign key keyword, foreign key on which column? This is MGR column. Then references employee number, that is the table and column. It is going to refer to the employee number column. So let's try to create this table. Now you can see the table is created. So in this case, we are creating a table where we are creating a foreign key on the table and it is going to refer to a primary key which is created on the same table. Now let us try to insert few records into this table. So insert into employee, values of, let's say employee number 1, king and null. So this will get inserted because when you are inserting a null value for a foreign key column, it will not check for its existence on the actual referred table. So now I am going to insert another employee who is going to report under king. Let's say Scott, whose manager is 1. So this will perfectly work fine. Suppose if you are trying to insert another employee, let's say James, with a manager ID of something like 5, but there is no employee called 5, so obviously this will return like a constraint violation, like integrity constraint violated. So the answer to this question is yes, we will be able to create a primary key and a foreign key that refers to the same table's column. If you want any questions to be answered, you can post it in the comment section or you can drop to this mail ID. But before that, you can check whether a similar question has already been answered as part of the subscriber question series or as part of the interview question series. If you're not able to find your question here, please write back to me. I'll be happy to record and post as a new video. If you've learned something new, please like this video, subscribe and stay tuned for new feature video, interview question, SQL practical question and concept videos. Thanks a lot for watching this video. Please click the bell icon if you want to receive instant notification whenever new videos are uploaded into this channel. Thank you.